Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video I will be showing you my process video of one of my painting, and I'll also be adding some commentary on it. So I usually start my painting with a rough sketch. At this point I'm just focusing about the basic shape of my painting. I'm using just my sketch brush to get the overall shape of the image that I'm drawing. Then after that, I kind of like on top of the layer, I create another layer on top of it, and I just use another darker shade for the new sketch. Then I sketch, and this time I'm focusing more about the accuracy of the nose, the lips, and the eyes, to at least get a more sophisticated sketch for the illustration. Because at the end of the day, sometimes even after the sketch is done, you still have to tweak one or two things. So don't be too crazy about the sketch. Don't spend too much time on the sketch, because at the end of the day you can still going to I want to adjust something at the painting stage. So just keep it simple and be fast about it. So the next thing I do is under that layer of the sketch I put my flat colors, and I set my sketch layer to multiply and put it above the flat color. At this point I'm now starting to get a flat color for my painting. The skin tone, I try to get the skin tone on a different layer, the hair on a different separate layer, and the clothing, whatever she's or he's wearing, I like to put it on a separate layer. And the reason is because in this way it will be very much easier if you need to adjust something about the color to adjust it individually. If you paint everything in one layer and you have a mistake you've done and you want to adjust it, it will be difficult to adjust the layer, especially when it comes to color. So now I'm getting the basic planes of the face. I want to get the mid-tone, the highlights, and the basic skin colors, and I just paste that color there, and at least having in the mind of the skin variation, the darker and the warmer area of the face and the cooler area of the face. The cheek area has more of a reddish vibes, and the forehead has a kind of yellowish and a chin. And for this painting, it has a lot of lightning going inside it. So I'm actually using a reference, and as you can see in the reference, I'm trying to stay close as possible to the reference, especially in the color. So at this point, I'm not too much crazy about blending right now. I'm just trying to slap some colors on it so that later I can go ahead and blend over it. And so I tend to use the round soft brush to blend it. After I've put the colors on it, then I use the round brush, and I reduce the opacity and the flow of the brush so that I can be able to have much control of the blending. And if you can't use the round brush, you can also use the smudge tools or the mixer brush. But it's just that you have to be very very careful when using the smudge brush and the mixer brush. Also, you need to have a little bit of experience or in a way to use it. It's not that too difficult, but if you try once or two, you're gonna get used to it. So as I said, sometimes you you merge everything together, the layers of the sketch and the coloring together, and you start tweaking the face proportion so that you get the proportion right. That's the reason why you don't want to spend too much time on the sketch when you start painting. You just want to get the basic sketch, so that, because the sketch is also very important. If the sketch is bad, you're gonna have a lot of problem in the proportion, because the sketch is like a map of where the face is going to be. And also, most of these traditional painters, they also use the sketch. They use the sketch as a map to where to put things, to make things look good and faster. So you also have to be able to think well about your colors. And when you're choosing a reference, you want to find a reference that has a good lighting. You want to find a reference that has a good lighting and a good color, so that you can be able to learn from it about the lighting, and you can be able to incorporate what you learned from the previous reference while you're drawing. You can incorporate it into your painting. So at this stage, I'm still blending and trying to make things look good, especially about the proportion of the face, and the nose, and also the color, to make sure everything is working together, where some parts are reddish and some parts are filled with light, and all those intricate lighting and all those intricate colors going around our face and the neck area, and where the face is supposed to be soft and where it's supposed to be harder. I'm always trying to be so careful, so that you don't make all your face look so smooth and it's not interesting. So you want to make it have some parts soft and some parts really hard, and so that you're gonna get consistency, and also it will also help in shapes, and also to make the overall painting look so nice. So here I'm using the mixer brush, as you can see, because the mixer brush is very, very good and useful in blending. If you try using the soft brush and the smudge tools and you're not getting the kind of level of blending you want, you can just use the mixer brush. It's gonna be really helpful. And you can see how I'm painting over the neck area. I'm trying as much as possible to make sure that I'm having hard edge and soft edge, because in that way my painting is going to look really, really interesting. At this point I'm almost done, but I'm just doing some little tweaking, just to make sure it's looking good. You don't want to spend too much time adding stupid details. At the end of the day, you will not see in the painting, because it's only when you zoom in you can see them. Only if you're going for realism that you should spend so much time on details. You want to make it minimalist and yet still powerful and beautiful. Yeah, I'm drawing the water. The water is very, really, really nice, very juicy. I was drawing it. I'm not so crazy about details. I'm taking things one after the other, and I'm trying my best not to mess it up. Drawing water is not that so difficult. You just want to use the method of the hard edge and the soft edge is what I use here. I use soft edge, soft brush, the smudge tools to blend some area out of the water to make it look softer and